Oh, yes. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse opens. Oh, we'll have a lot of fun. Hi, it's your girl. Who am I? I mean, maybe you just forgot because it's been so long since I've been able to pop up. Hi, I'm Chris Farah. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Often I do edited recaps of television shows and pop culture subjects. Sometimes I do lives. Sometimes I do weird lives, like of me packing in Detroit, which was the last thing you saw of me. Let me tell you what's been up, which is holidays are going well. Family had a little family health incident, is how I would describe it. Not me, but so I've been home just, taking care of the situation, taking care of it. It is being taken care of because whatever is mentionable is manageable, which is and could be a lot worse always. So doing that, and because of that, I've been really busy. I'm like doing a lot. I'm driving places and making sure things are getting done. Like I've had to take on a lot of responsibility, which is great. And honestly, I'm lucky to be able to do so. Um, I'm really thankful that I'm given the chance to because I can. So because of that, that's why your girl fell off. So hi guys. I'm so happy you're here. Um, we're going to get into the episodes I've missed and just talk about the couples and try and give you guys as much as I can. I'm so sorry. However, I really am thankful for your patience. And if you've been following me on Instagram or if you are in my Facebook group, Vanity Farah, you might have known that I was, gosh, MIA for a second and some reasons why. Okay. This is a different situation. I hope that the video is good. I'm at my dad's and in Newport Beach. So I feel like this is my room and I feel like I'm just being framed by this, whatever, this gold piece. It's my bedroom. Is that better? Maybe that's a little better. I love you guys. Just, oh, thanks, you guys. First time seeing you live. Hi. Just, making everything good here. So, I want to go through as much as I can to make this painless for people who are going to watch it later. So if you really need to say something for me, you can always super chat me and I'll see it right away. You don't have to super chat me. My gosh, just thanks for being here. Thanks for liking this video. Thanks for just coming in the room and giving it a like, just like you would turn on the lights, honey. You don't want to be in a dark room, But if you do want to be in a dark room, thumbs down. But either way, do something. So because you got to open the door. I used to be like, pretend like turning up the lights or turning on the lights is like giving it a thumbs up, but it really should more be like open the door to the room is like or a thumbs down. Anyway, moving on. So this is what's been happening. I missed well I technically talked about episode 3 on Wa's channel in one of her videos. So I did talk about it, but that was what am I worth to you? So what I'm really going to be focusing on is the next couple of episodes in the recap of what happened with the couples, and of course I'll be giving my opinion on them anyway. They are absolutely ridiculous, and I'm really enjoying this, and I'm so happy you're here. And thank you so much for everything. And I'm wearing 2 lipsticks. It's like a buxom liner, and it's a Charlotte Tilbury, Amal Clooney color. And I love you guys so much. Happy holidays to you and yours. Okay, so Z's. Okay, so first of all, in the last couple of episodes, we have been privy to a new TLC show that's like called Doctor. No, it's not called Dr. Pimple Popper, but I'm sorry, it brought me to that kind of level of disgust where it's a Dr. Pimple Popper type show, which is just medical grade horror that I guess some people enjoy. Look, I have never been into like pimple popping videos on YouTube ever, but I know that some people are. But in this new thing called My Feet Are Killing Me, this new show, they are making us watch people's uh, feet. People's fudged feet. I don't like looking at feet, period. I'm not a foot person. Listen, I think my feet are good. And I think that some ladies' feet are pretty to look at in the sense that if they're like manicured and done well, that's fine, but like, unless you're a lady or a man who takes I like very good care of his feet, I don't want to look at it, like not nary at all. So like that's the average foot. And then these feet are below average feet. They are not even just below average, they are subhuman feet. They are, I'm so sorry, there's issues. Okay. Here's the thing. We all have issues. I've had gross issues. You know what I'm saying? We all have issues in different parts. I'm not putting that on TV. And I don't understand why we have to watch people's messed up feet. It's disgusting. I can't believe it. Every time it was happening, I was like, no, 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 no. Like, oh my God, it's like I can't even get to the thing fast enough to fast forward. And like, you can't even look at it, I also think it's rude to put on television. Like, isn't there restrictions? You can't show that. It's horrifying. I'm sorry, like, censor other things. You're censoring like hot, male parts that I could be looking at, late at night. But you're gonna like put those feet on TV? Mm-mm. You are wrong, TLC. And I'm mad that people are, patronizing it. Obviously, like people for some reason watch that pimple popper show and think this show's going to do well. I just hope that this show fails miserably. Not that those doctors fail, and I think they're fine. Look, podiatry is, profession. They're already doctors. They're fine. It's like, don't put more of that shit on television. So, oh my gosh, Andrea, hate feet, hate everyone's feet across the board. I love you so much. Yeah, yeah. Don't need to see it. Uh-uh. Thank you, honey. Thank you for validating that. I really appreciate that. Mike and Natalie. So Mike is now in the Ukraine. The whole thing was he couldn't get her to come there because it's like hard, right? So he had to go there. So even though he's swimming in debt, swimming in debt. He's in the middle of a cornfield swimming in debt, and he opens up a Chase visa, puts a trip on to Ukraine there, goes there. And he gets there. He's so tall. It's so nice. She's so beautiful. I think Natalie is just absolutely gorgeous, I know that she's a little bit like odd looking, which only I think makes her more beautiful. Like, I think that she has like such big eyes, like this curly, curly, curly blonde hair, like these pouty lips, like ice blue eyes. I think that she's like striking, like her personality is so sweet. And I even liked her when she was wearing that like black shirt with her friend Svetlana, who had like 7 names. It was like Svata, Vilana, Lana, Svetlana. Like, I just love those Eastern European peeps that just like give 9 names to a person. Like, like Olya, Olushka, Olga, it's all so many things. So, but Natalie, in the morning after Mike gets there, it's like she's in this like red dress, her boobs are, she's making coffee for him and like scrambled eggs and tomatoes, like it's like grilled tomatoes, like cherry tomatoes, a little salt and pepper, like olive oil. And she's like, tomatoes are ripe, honey, and so are her melons, and she's just like, do. And they're just like, very much like, lover, do you want some cream in your coffee? And he's like, lover, it's kind of like that Will Ferrell Rachel Dratch sketch from the SNL like 90s, when they're like gross sexual lovers that just like keep saying lava, but it's so great. Anyway, some coffee for us, love. Yes, love. I love it. She wants a baby. She wants one, and this is like told to us in this situation. And then in the next couple of episodes, we get even more information, like the fact that she was married, and the reason it feels like, besides maybe the chem went dead, was that he did not want to have kids, and she again wants a baby. Okay, by the way, usually just watch and thumbs up. I missed your comedy, Brandy. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're so sweet. I really appreciate it. I really miss you. I miss you, all you guys. I'm looking at you guys and your comments, and I know I'm not supposed to like. I love you guys, but believe me, you hold a special place in my heart, and I missed you all. Okay. Oh, this feels so good. So, she has like what feels like, oh my God, was here, number one fan. She can be huge one. No, she's a mommy. I love you. Wow, I didn't even tell her I was going live. She's just here. Brandy. Oh my guys. Thank you guys for being here. I love you guys. Wa is getting that extra time and that extra money right now. And so she is a little Santa's elf, literally making sure that everyone gets their Christmas presents this year. That's what you are, Wa. You're a little elf helping people get their Christmas presents. Anyway, so she has this conversation with where she's just like, I want the baby, and he's like, well, you live here, so that's like problem number one. She's like, let's start now, and he's like, but you live here, I live not here, and he like isn't even talking about the debt yet. Like he's laying a very good, very good statement out, which is like, we don't even live together. Like, why don't we just work on that first? And she's like, I don't even want to wait for us to live together. I have a mother. You have a bud penis. Like, let's bada bing, bada boom. I'm 32. I've been wanting a baby. You're tall, tall ass American. Lives in cornfields. I mean, I don't know. So anyway, um, the convo does seem fake, and then they go out again with Svetlana, and that is when Natalie's wearing this like black shirt, and like again with her like curly white mane against it, she looks just like so striking. I just like every time she's like on TV, I'm just like, we just look so different, like I'll never know what that looks like. Just like those like round, 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 circly eyes. Like I have big eyes, but like they're not like circular. They're just so open, and they're just like just blue, blue, white, blue. Like even lighter than my pillow blue, and then just like blonde, 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 pale skin, blonde, curly, 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 curly hair. And I'm just like, who are you? I feel like a Keenie with Benjamin. Like where I obviously whatever. I'm not like sexually into Natalie, but if I ever saw her and she allowed me to, I feel like I would do what a Keenie did, which is like, your hair is so white. Anyway, uh, interseason 90-day joke. Okay, so they're a little being that like lava in front of Svetlana, but Svetlana starts asking the tough questions like, hey Mike, like what do you believe in, like God wise or whatever? Because this one over here, this wiry haired, blue eyed, doe that you're sitting next to, like she loves the Lord. And then he's like, cool. Lord Schmord, unless you're talking like Lord Drakkar of the Mars galaxy, like whatever. So Mike believes not so much in God, but unless you equate higher intelligence with a supreme life, life, whatever, life force, no, a supreme, I'm dumb, higher intelligence, supreme, lives of different parallel universes. I have no idea, whatever. So here's the thing. I'm not going to say that that's a dumb thing. That's someone's belief. And here's the thing. Not that dumb. I personally cannot really understand a world to honestly think that we're the smartest people in this whole world. No way. Humans are dumb. And we just evolved from like whatever. I cannot imagine there are not other planets in this solar system with beings that have at least some intelligence. And if I'm going to say at least some intelligence, if they're going to have at least some, they bound to have better than us. However, who knows? Who knows whatever? I sometimes can make an argument that we all are, brains in a vat, which is a philosophical theory. Maybe, you're all figments of my imagination and, I'm in some like Matrix style game and some other aliens running my consciousness / virtual reality world. And everything I feel, and this is some sort of matrix again. We don't know. But however, I'm just saying for Svetlana And Natalie, I feel like they come from a more traditional, maybe Orthodox or Eastern. I'm not quite sure what Ukrainian people, um, their exact right of either Christianity or Catholicism, but not alien. Not alien. So that sounds bananas to them. And, Natalie's like, shut up. I didn't want to hear your crazy conspiracy talk. She's just like, shut up. So then we, however, get the more information that she's been married before, and that her heart was broken. And she is reduced to tears. And we're like, whew, what is that? Like, and also plants on that bread. Okay, so after that, they decide to get up and go on a brisk run, and he's not a runner, and she's a prancer. She's a prancer. She's like a ballerina runner, she's like prancing on her, like, uh, her tippy toes. She tries to tell him to like run on his, I mean, I don't know, on his like pads. I'm not a runner, so maybe she's right. But she just kind of looks like she's just like prancing literally. And he's like, okay, trying to keep up. They're running. She tells him to stretch. Their stretches that they do are bananas, but whatever, Mike does them. And then he like brings up the ex-husband in like an awkward way, which is like no grace. It's just like, so you sort of do this run with your ex-husband? And she's like, don't, what? No. I mean, why would you bring that up? I mean, maybe, I don't know. The answer is yes. But it's like she gets verklempt by that. Hi, she's moving on to Anna and Marcel. Okay, this is the most tedious situation in that they absolutely should not be together. And it's really horrifying that they're together because there's 3 kids involved who are disrespected by this situation, and we just have to bear witness. What would you do if, like, I think about this, like, what if Anna was my friend? I couldn't be friends with her because I would have to tell her, like, you can't do that to your kids. You can't expect your kids to want to be with, just share space with a man who, like, won't acknowledge their existence. That's incredibly rude. No. But I realized she's a mother. So if I was friends with her, I would just have to know that I'm going to end a friendship by telling a mother how to raise her children. Or I don't say anything and then just can't ever see her again because I can't even be around it or the energy. What would you guys do? Just, honestly, honest question. But going back to their wedding, this all starts like they're doing, their theme, B's theme. And it's honeycomb favors and honey jar favors and honeycomb altars, and he's making the honeycomb altar. And so I really love one thing about Waz recaps is that she like isolated that he sounds like he's saying a version of chocolate salt. She thinks chocolate salt, and that turns into chocolate, which is like his version of very good, which I now is like chocolate. And then one point, I swear to God, he said chocolate sugar. And I was like, oh, there's a chocolate sugar and chocolate salt. Anyway, their wedding is just built on honey, but nothing about the relationship is sweet. Oh, man. If I was editing right now this video, I would like, would just be like, maybe even give you like a slow-mo version of that where like I go across my face and say it again because it's like, I'm really deep, but you know what? No. Oh, you guys, you're liking my background. Yeah, I'm also, no one's saying that the video's bad or there's bad reception, which is always good. So Anna's kids hate Marcel, whatever. I do too. He shouldn't be here. I also hate Anna. I hate both of them. And the kids are mad, okay? But they can't really be if they're mad at their mom. So they're mad at him, and they should be, because he's disgusting and doesn't understand why they would be mad at him. I mean, it's just so bad. It's so the kids call him stupid all the time, and he is, and he tells her that Marcel tells her, and she wants him to tell the kids, and instead he's like, no, they're your kids, and she's like, no, you talk to them, because she doesn't know how to parent, I guess, or whatever, and he says, the boys, uh, okay, so then she asks him about the issues in their relationship, and he's like, "Okay, well, I just brought up the boys that told me call me stupid," and then she's like, "Don't talk about the boys. Just we're talking about you and me." And he's like, and then she's like, "Well, we never talk. We have communication issues," and it's like, "Yeah, bitch. Yeah, you do. You don't talk a similar language. All you talk is bees. Bzz is the only language you talk." And he said that you're not good at that language. He's much better at that language. He thought you were good at that language, and when he saw your setup over here, you're not good at that language. Okay, you have nothing in common with but bees. You can't even talk at all. He's refused to acknowledge the existence of your kids. You've somehow said that's okay. He's even said that like at one point he asked you to move there, and you were like, "Well, I have these kids." In front of their faces, this is bad. This is dumb. You're dumb. Wake the fuck up. How's no one in your life telling you how you should be? Where's your mom? Where's your sisters? Someone has to like be like, no, no. Anyway, I mean, this just makes me upset because it's like kids are involved. So the kids just go the f home, Marcel. Like that's what they say, and it's like true. They're like, he's like, I don't want to know if I don't know if I want to get married right now, and she's like crying about that, and it's like, how many more clues? Then she goes on a stupid friend date, and the friend's like, how is everything? And she's like, great, and starts crying, and the friend's like, and I know that I just asked like, where's your friends? But then I'm like, did you pay that person? That person is no friend. And then like we get some bride dress owner Margie when you go to try on a dress, and she knew she'd be on TV, so she matched her pink shirt to her shoelaces. And it's like she's over in abundance, like, hi, like a little too much, and you try on a dress that's like supposed to be your modest dress, but you gotta end up getting a slutty dress, which actually isn't as ugly as it could be because you make every other horrible decision, but your dress wasn't a horrible decision, I guess. But then let me just also say this side note is this. You can pick and choose how you want to say certain words for the rest of your life. But for people that might be marrying someone of certain faith, I would just learn how to say it. For instance, there is a difference between saying Muslim, which is like an English, very American Muslim, or Muslim. So just feel like she's like, he's Muslim. And I want to be like, okay, girl, if you're really going to marry him, like, say it the way they say it. Anyway, I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying if you're going to marry someone of that faith, like, learn how to say it. Okay. I just feel like those boys want nothing to do with him, obviously. They're like not afraid to be like, oh, we could just say that we hate him and he should go home. Yeah, okay, we hate him, go home. Oh my God, is that easy? Yes, leave, and it's like, yeah, leave. Make them all try on ugly blue ass like 1950s. They're all going to a sock hop, matching ass tuxedos, a sock hop at UCLA, like with that blue and gold. Oh my God. And she's just like continually like making those kids do these scenes with this man that is so mean to them. F you. Just like, no, I just feel like you're so dumb and so weak and you're lazy. I am sorry, but that's what it is. It's like weakness is not about vulnerability or showing your vulnerability or saying that you've gone through things. She seems weak in a way that is just chosen ignorance, selfish laziness. I don't know which one it is. It's a version of something where I'm like, are you so ignorant that you don't see that this is incredibly rude and horrifying for your three boys that are moving in with you and had to deal with your ultimate divorce from the man you chosen to had a children with and were married to? I'm not saying, listen, I'm saying she might have been through some f and shit with that like baby daddy, some abuse, but she did choose to be with him at some point. I'm not saying I'm not victim blaming her like she chose to be there, but she chose to have kids with him. And then she left him, but she doesn't understand there were consequences to these kids. And now these kids are going through other things. That is it's horrifying and like very bad for them. To be like chosen second to like what your mom was doing with some guy that is mean and weird. I mean, no. It just makes me upset. And now I can't wait to hear like your guys' opinion because it really makes me obviously very angry. At one point, again, she tries to guilt her kids into liking him by being like, well, you guys are all going to grow up and then mommy's going to be alone. So, and they're like, you're not, you could just get a different guy. Like they say that to her. Like, don't guilt us. Don't like put your bad choices on us. You're choosing this. You could be with someone else. You don't have to pick this one person. And don't guilt us by being like, you have to be nice to him. You have to choose him. Like, I am livid about it. She's dumb. What do you think she is? Dumb, selfish, ignorant, or lazy? All of that equals weak in a way that is just not the thing that you can do when you're a single mom and have three kids. When you are a single mom and three kids, you choose strength. Not that you don't sometimes have weak moments. We are all human. We are all human. We show vulnerability. We are honest. We fall up. We pick ourselves. We do the best we can. But you have to be choosing knowledge, strength, and the best choice for everyone. Like you have to have that. And she has deliberately over and over again chosen herself or this weird ass relationship that is built on nothing but fucking peace. No communication. They can't speak the same language. A whole goddamn relationship on a man that she met in a Facebook B group that she's turning her back on her kids. This will be an hour long video of me talking about them. I just, I'm just like so upset. So, okay, so I just realized I messed up this part. I want to go to Robert and Annie. But I'm going to have to make a little change to this. Okay, so I love you guys so much, Robert and Annie, but I do want to go to Emily and Sasha for this. Or at some point. Eek. Okay, so these wozies. Robert and Annie. So it's been 1 month, and they're like, it looks like they start off like episode 3. They're eating Domino's pizza or cold, what looks like, which is fine, and drinking champagne. Which I mean, when I saw that and it was specifically Domino's pizza and very much champagne, I was like, that's my college life. That is my college life, honey. My college had these. I went to Loyola Marymount University, these like Lion dollars or whatever. You can order Domino's pizza and pay for the Lion dollars. So like cold ass pizza the next day with like champagne. Anyway, so the yum yums. So we get this like I think manufactured drama about photos and specifically the fact that Annie is mad at Robert for having photos not only of his baby mamas, and there's a plenty of them, with his children and him, but also pictures on his like throughout the house, but also maybe pictures on his Facebook, whether this also exists in the house, confusing, of just him and the ex baby mamas, no kids in the picture, and them kissing. So upset about that, and then they decide to let off some steam by going to a gym, and we meet Miguel. Hi, Miguel. Miguel's okay, but boxer, MMA boxer, MMA person. He's a boxer, I think. And now I'm like, oh, should I go to like a boxing gym? Is Miguel there? Is there just like really hot ass masculine men with like broad shoulders and big arms, just like in different rings throughout Southern California that I should just go visit and say hi to? Maybe learn like a hook. I was excited about that prospect. You know who's also very excited? Annie, because her nips are boing the whole time. I mean, she must be like the whole time, like, hi, he hot, and what am I doing? Like, come on. He's hot. Robert, not so much. After this scene, Robert has a meeting back with Stephanie. Now, you might remember Stephanie as Robert's mother-in-law. No, Robert's grandma. No, Grayson's The kid's grandmother, Robert's ex's mother. I want to see that person so bad. Like I want to see Bryson, Bryson's mom, I don't know, looks like. But the grandmother is a very, very well kept, however, very aesthetically specific individual who, for a career, has sex on film. Lots of sex, big deal, and successful career in pornography world. She seems empowered by it in the way that doesn't look like she doesn't want to be doing it. Seems like she does, and it's a choice lifestyle, in fact, where she makes money. So she's there and she passes a lot of judgment on Annie. Stephanie, for all of her lifestyle choices, which is fine, decides to pass a lot of judgment on Annie and her lifestyle choices, like whether Annie is doing birth control and such. And I really applaud Annie because she gets angry, but she doesn't like lash out at Stephanie like, like F you, like plastic porn star bitch. You could say so many things, if you wanted to. I'm like saying, I'm just, if you were really mad. She doesn't say any of that. She's more like, who are you to ask me this? And I'm not going to answer that, which is exactly what you should do. Like as opposed to A, what I just told you she could have done, or B, which is just awkwardly answer because you're like, no, but whatever, like you could have, or yes, whatever you want to answer. She was just like, no, you don't answer it. No, I'm sorry. No, you don't ask me that. And that is honestly a good lesson to be had by all. Don't answer questions that you don't want to answer. Also, don't ask questions that are too personal. How dare you? Just because you put your business out there, literally, doesn't mean other people want to do so. Stephanie is all titties and one Louie. Just kidding. And then Stephanie's man, I think his name is Ben, is for some reason opinionated. I really think should be taking a back seat. I think he should be taken, like, tap this one, you're out, like let your woman deal with this one. Because I don't think he's the father of Robert's ex. He just seems like some dude that she married and is like so excited to be married to a porn star and like because she's like hot and probably like does everything really well and like has her own money and then has to do things like yell at people on her behalf to like show her that he has something to give to the relationship because she's doing it all and looks like that. Um, Juliana and Michael. Okay. So just like I told you that I like often will look at Natalie and be like, my God, you are so beautiful. I will just pause on Juliana and just be like, pause. Oh, you got you just said, okay, and this angle too, just perfection. Play. Oh, pause. Oh, look at her in this one. Wow. Just every pore perfect. That's so weird. Every cheekbone popping. She is just, I mean, wow. Just bananas looking. What a bananas looking young girl. Very young, lovely, slight, gifted, facially beautiful person. I mean, just whew. So he's gonna take her out. They drive around in a Ford Corvette. He's like a woman that knows how to drive stick shift, amazing quality. Like okay, I guess also like ones that are like 22 and completely, you know, whatever, like beholden to whatever you need or want because you have all the power in the relationship due to your age, economic level and nationality. Ooh, it's hard. So they go to like a living spaces gallery to like look at furniture for the home that he just bought, and they tell the customer service person that it just basically greeted them hello, everything. She's like, "Hi, welcome." He's like, "Hi, how are you?" So she's not, she's 22, whatever. She just got here. She's just got to America. We got to get some furniture, and she's like, "Okay." And then this woman has to sit there while Juliana's like, "I watched Bob the SquarePants sponge," like, and she's like, "Cool, so do my grandkids." And Michael's like, "I'm 50 something." And then they get their eye on a $4,000 splotchy, blue blob splotch couch that they are like talking about purchasing. When I saw that, I was like, if this is real, if this is a couch that could go in this house, what is this house? This ugly ass, what are we gonna see? So anyway, then after the furniture shopping that they don't buy, she's like, "Can I have a coffee?" And he's like, "Okay, yes, yes, I will spend $4 on you to buy this coffee." I mean, whatever. So then they have coffee. Then like the producer asks if she discusses finances. At the coffee, he brings up the car that she bought, and she's like, "I'm so dumb. I didn't know if I was going to get the visa, so my sister's using it as a cab to make money." And we start to like get even more into like how poor her family is and his feelings, and thus her feelings towards it, and it's dark. So um they're now moving into the house, and Max and Cece are there. Oh, Andrea, oh my god, you already gave me too many super chats. I love you. Thumbs up. Thank you guys so much. Oh, Lisa's here. You guys. Thank you, Violetta. I love you. So Max is wearing a shirt that's, I thought it said Bay Hoarder, but it was like some German word. But for a moment, I was like, does that shirt say Bay Hoarder? And I paused and I was like, I'm about to take a picture and I'm about to like proclaim to the world. And I was like, where do you get that? But it wasn't that. Cece and Max are so cute. Max is like, 12 going on 47. Um, One other interesting part, Max says there are some interesting new things like, now that Juliana's here, I don't get to write in the front seat anymore. I have to go in the back seat. And it's just like a weird small child detail that remember from having divorced parents and my dad dating and stuff like that. And I know, like, even with like brothers and sisters, I'm sure there was a little like, you get to seat front seat, you're in the front seat. Who I know, like, not it's like, what do they say, like, oh, shotgun, shotgun, shot, like all that stuff. Like, I bet that stuff used to always happen. Now Juliana's here, there's no more like shotgun and ran in the car because we all know who's got shotgun. Pecking order. Um, During the home segment, we get more and more of Juliana's life versus his. Her life, the houses are made from cement. She doesn't see homes like this, like you would have, because you would get termites if there were wood homes, And in this home, there's lots of big rooms, and he's also outfitted it with the ugliest chandeliers in my life I've ever seen. She's like, but even these ugly chandeliers, I wish I could give this life to everyone back home. I feel so bad. She keeps like, I feel so guilty. I feel that I can't just like give everyone this. It feels crazy. She feels crazy. It feels crazy to her that she gets to live this and where she's come from. I can't imagine. What a culture shock. So we also find out, I think we were told this, but I just forgot maybe that she had also been married before. It's not just his first marriage. I mean, it's not just his second marriage. It's her second marriage too. She got married when she was 19. He says it was somewhat arranged. It seems like she was pressured into it for either family reasons or whatever, but um, it didn't work out. And now, for their second wedding, he wants to give her a very beautiful wedding. And so they're discussing, with a planner, it would be at the home and who she's going to invite. And she's going to have obviously not as much people as he is, but she says that she is going to have some friends there, but none of her family. And it's because, and this is really interesting, like exactly how this was laid down. If he truly thought that maybe having her family would be awkward for him, or she thought so, or both, whether her mind is her own at this point, it remains to be seen because of her age and influence, which is lack thereof in the situation. The power balance is so in his favor that I don't know where her mind is and how strong willed she is. So I wonder if she does wish her family was there, or if, in fact, it would be incredibly awkward for her if they would just be so transfixed on the opulence and that it would just be distracting. I mean, what do you guys think? I feel like this is where I do love 90 Day Fiance because I feel like it brings up really interesting points and hard to understand things. You really have to discuss and digest it though. I think in order to like turn what could be sort of a stereotypical like one plain view narrative about something onto what actually is happening, like because he can have such a white savior complex. We really want to know like as many sides of the story as possible. Their story ends with him then uh, trying to say that having his ex, the mother of his kid, be a minister, the marrying minister at their wedding, could be a possible option. And Juliana's like, no, because she'd be the pictures. I don't want your ex in the pictures where it's me, you, and her in the middle. No. And I don't even have to say that in Portuguese. And no, Juliana also is like, yeah, when they're together, I basically can't understand anything. This is my second language. They talk about finances, prenups, all this stuff. I don't know what you're talking about. I have to sit there like a beautiful princess, dope princess, just be like, okay. I mean, like, whoo. Emily and Sasha. So, by the way, love you guys so much. And remember to like this video. Okay, so they're in Russia. There's Russian kitties to be had. They emerge from the hospital nightmare that was the birth. And Sasha says the baby looks like mine. Where was there babies of his that didn't look like his? Also, I read somewhere that scientifically most babies, brand new babies, do look like their dad. They're supposed to, so that like evolutionarily, that's not a word, but like in the like way that humans work, that or animals specifically, that the animal's father would know that that baby was there, so they wouldn't just like abandon it or try and kill it. Because the mom knows. The mom's like, "You just came from me," and the dad is like, "Is that mine?" Oh, it does have my whole face, so probably. Um, that baby is adorable. And that baby's growing up, and the baby is so cute. I mean, squishy face baby, like bubbly, sack of potatoes baby, big ass eyes baby. I want that baby. I love that baby. You know who would love that baby? Natalie would love that baby. If you wanted a babysitter, Natalie would squeeze out baby. One time a baby gets all bundled up for the snow, and baby's so cute. So at one point, Sasha was like laying down all in black and like black CKs and just it's like I don't know, like overtly underwear shot. I know he did on purpose. I know Emily knew that too. Emily's like, all right, Sasha, you don't have to like lay there with your like black tidy whities with a baby right there with your like baby maker just like slumped to one side, like with a thin piece of cotton, like keeping that from the world, you know? um, Sasha, I do not like. Can you tell? Because listen, if it was someone I like, I probably wouldn't be offended at the idea of like this, but his A seems like egregious and also just like he's psychopathic, which I'll get into. She's mad at him because if he had applied for the baby's passport when he was supposed to, they would have already been in America. But because he didn't, they had to raise the baby for like 6 months, still in Russia with like his parents. It's so cool. Um, and he's working. So he's barely spending time with that baby, which was the whole reason why she decided to have the baby there. She decided to have that baby and go through the whole situation in that hospital just so that the baby could bond with the dad in the first couple months of life, and then that he sees the baby 5 hours a week. How do you only see the baby 5 hours a week? How much are you working? You, I mean, every day, and then even if every day you still like what, like so you only hold the baby like 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night. That's it. Okay. Um, But we see like he's on his iPad like a 4-year old next to the baby. You know, he's just like, I don't know, playing Candy Crush. They're going to America and they're packing and she's like, oh, should I take these pants? They're like my pre-baby pants. He's like, take them, it'll be motivation for you to get skinny. He's not packing like anything. He's packing like 3 shirts. She like calls him out on it. She's like, why are you packing 3 shirts? We're moving to America. And he's like, oh, I don't need so much. I'll just buy stuff there. And she feels like he's not committed. And yeah, that's a great point. Where the hell are you? What the hell's happening? Why aren't you packing? He seems so like laissez-faire about it. Like, man, are we even going to America? Like, are you whatever? Okay. And then they get to the airport. Oh, sorry, I missed one thing, which is that before they leave for the airport, it's Russian tradition to just sit before a journey. So like, okay, we're ready to go. Okay, go back and sit down, which is interesting. And you just like sit, sort of like think about getting up. Um, then they get to the airport. His parents reveal some stuff that like she's been holding a lot of stuff in, and that she had an outburst. She lost her bananas the night before, like screamed, whatever, said a bunch of stuff, which I'm sure she did. She's been going through it. Do you see that C-section? So anyway, then Sasha breaks down crying to his mom, the same person who was like, "Are we packing? Here's one shirt. I don't care." And suddenly, like crying, like he's never gonna see her again. And then the dad says a whole bunch of stuff in his ear, like, "You have this opportunity. Grab your luck. Just go to America. Make a better life than the one that you could have here, that we have here." You know, like all this stuff. We're like, ooh. I think he's a psychopath, obviously, and I don't. I think he's using her. It's like, no, she's none of it's smart. None of it's smart choosing. But in the sense of why I'm not like so mad at her, in the sense of as I'm mad at Anna, although I'm definitely mad at her, is that like Anna's much older. Anyway, that's why. So let's move on to Jasmine, and then I keep forgetting the other person's name. It's Blake. But let's just call them who they are, which is Broke Down Iggy Azalea and Bill Bellamy meets Cisco. Okay? Those are those people. Um, Jasmine doesn't want to touch Blake with a 10-foot pole. I mean, she does not like him. Sexually into him. I don't, I mean, she literally is like cold as, I mean, no, she's not into it. She's frozen when her heart's not open. And her heart's not open to Blake. Blake's heart's open to her. And he invites all his friends over to the pool. of the hotel they're staying at for a pool day. She just like doesn't want to do that. She doesn't know all these people. Also, like sometimes I'm like, I know they rented a cabana, but I think it's sort of trashy to like have one room and then invite like a full 12 people to like the hotel pool. Anyway, that's fine. That's neither here nor there. That's actually fine. But at the same time, it's like she does as much talking as possible that she can do. And then she's like, I'm cool. I'm going to go back upstairs. I don't drink, by the way. And I want to be like, you do drink. Come on. Look at you. You didn't tell me you don't drink. You're not like some nun in the middle of the Ukraine. I mean, unless the nun works out like a medical aesthetic place. I mean, there is so much filler in her face. It's like, you're not. I don't drink. Is that what people in LA do? All right, Restylane face. Come on. His friends are crazy. There's one named Stanislaw who has a mustache and glasses. He won't part with either. Um, the waitress the hotel waitress that's like having to take their pool order is so over it. She's like taking the pool order like on her hand. She's like, oh, these assholes. Long Island iced tea, Um, at one point, Jasmine's like, she's here for Blake, not Blake's friends. And it sort of reminds me of that part of like RuPaul where she's like, this is 90 Day Fiance, not 90 Day Fiance's friends race, I think Wow would appreciate that. Okay, so then we get this part where Blake leaves the hotel and he decides to go to mom and dad's apartment. Mom and dad live in an apartment right now, but they're moving. And so the plan is to move into this place and then, like ships in the night, they move in and then the parents move out. But there's a period in which they both live there. And the mom sees Blake and Jasmine come there and then it's like, cool, cool. Your dad's going to be home soon and then we'll do some talking. Nice to meet you, Jasmine. And the dad comes home and they have a conversation, which is thus. We're Suits Christian. There was a miscommunication, I guess, because there is no way in hell you are going to live underneath our roof with us, with her, and you, same room. Come on. No, not in this house. This is what's confusing to me because if you were raised in that kind of household, you kind of like, that. It's been happening. Not the first time you've heard this. It isn't a shock to you. So I don't understand Blake, like, oh, you knew you had good Christian God fearing people raising you. Like, I'm not saying like you can't be good or God fearing and let your children live with people, but I'm just saying that if you live specifically with someone of that mindset, that you've come to like be aware of that. So it's like, I don't understand why it's a big surprise when they're not into it, unless like literally had a conversation with them where it was like, is it okay if Jasmine and I move into this home? By the way, a documentary film crew will be with us. And they're like, okay. And the documentary film crew later was like, beep, 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 beep. Hi, Blake's family. We need some drama. So guess what? They're not living there. Shh. And they're like, but that'd be really bad to like throw our son off on national television. And then the documentary series crew, 90 Day Fiance producers were like, here's $1,000. Enjoy that new home. Living Spaces is on the corner of Blake and Blake. You have an extra gift card there. And then they're like, okay, and then that's what happened because like what is this? You tell me. Come on. What is the real story? This seems fake. Unless Blake was like, yeah, I'll live there, and then she'll like you just be like sleeping on some couches and sometimes there, like what? Unless she was like, no, Jasmine's gonna live there and I'm gonna live somewhere else. And then he was like, just kidding, I'm gonna live there too. And they're like, no, Jasmine will. I mean, I just like, what was the miscommunication? And if it was in text or email form, I want to see the receipts. Tanya and Sinjin. So don't like them. I don't like her. I don't like him. He's okay. I think she's pretty. I hate her friends. Her mom is trashy AF. But I like the okay. So he like is meeting all of her family. It's a bunch of ladies, hot-headed, strong, opinionated ladies of diverse diversity in bloodlines to his. And the grandma's there. The grandma's okay. The grandma's purple hair. The grandma's the mother of Sissy. Sissy's there. Whatever. It's revealed. This is so boring. And it's like whatever. It's revealed that Tanya has decided that although she has put off going to a Costa Rican herbalist 1 month workshop for the past 2 years. She has to go now. 1 month in the 3 month period that they're going to be doing their 90-day thing. Okay? She has to go. She can't postpone it one more year. Leaving him effectively to live with her mom and like in her she shed. And her whole reasoning is that this is like something they'll do together. She's going to use her herbalism techniques and skills to create products that they'll sell together as a business. And she wants to be a community witch doctor, which I now understand to be the only reason I'm assuming Sissy could look the way she does, because she is the bloodline. I mean, that is a witch doctor. Sissy looks bananas. Just drinking all the time, casting spells on people with a big goblet. That's how Sissy passes her time, honey. So, they make some lunch between Sissy and her and St. John. It's like 3 big egg rolls and some fried rice. And Sissy talks about how she's just going to put St. John to work while he's gone, where he has nothing to do but be in the middle of a forest with this woman in her she shed while her daughter leaves him for a month. I mean, this is a nightmare, and I don't understand why. I would just be like, if I was St. John, I would get the hell out of here. He really loves her. He really it really feels like he loves Tanya. I mean, like, he cries so much. He wants to talk to her all the time, wants to be with her all the time. She's like, get off of me. I don't want to be around you. I can barely talk to you and be happy. And he's like, I want to talk to you all the time. She's like, when I go to Costa Rica, I'm going to be really busy. I'm like, exploring the culture. And he's like, I'm going to want to talk to you all the time. You know why? Because I'm here. Here. Then we get, last but not least, cotton fields for shot. Then a syringe and the sound that can only be, besides Angel singing, the sound of Angela sighing. And there's our girl, honey, in the Darcy chair, getting that Darcy juice, that bubbity bub bub, tox. I mean, she's getting syringe after syringe of Botox and whatnot in her face. I have no idea. And, she has a new friend now. That friend is named Dode. Dodie, Dode. Okay. Don't know how long Dodie's been in the picture, but if I was to guess, it seems like 2 months. And Dodie says, I don't like it when women don't look natural when it comes to cosmetic work. And Dodie, the French whore that used to be in the Bret Michaels Rock of Love? Frenchie is her name. Dodie looks like an American Frenchie. So anyways, we now see Angela back in her hometown, and she has all of the titty shirts and all the sayings that we like missed from season 1 of her in Africa. She's a, oh my God shirt, OMG, look at them, the titties are back, and she has like, this is Angela, a new Angela. She has a lot of rings on her finger, like, and then she has like these like sculptured neutral dark, not dark, but like gray nails, like this is, I don't know if it's like Dodie's work or whatever. Michael, we see, is it looks like he's like working in a daycare, but he's just visiting his uncle's children who all look like his uncle has like uncle like King of Siam style. His uncle has like 12 children between the ages of 8 and 10, you know. So it's like a bunch of kids going to school because they're all the same age. So then then we have an annoying scene with Michael's new friends, his expat friends. They keep saying expat, which are his like friends that he met, Americans that are abroad that live now in Nigeria, and he's talking to them, okay? And it opens on like this girl named Lindsay, just like it's like the opening shot. And she's like, "Well, I lived in a lot of places, Europe anyway." Michael, like it's like, oh, the minute that happened, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna hate Lindsay," because she's all the opinions and thinks very highly of them because she's lived in a couple of different places. Oh my god, she's like giving him all like, all of her opinions and like everything that she says, just like, well, you have to do that first. It's super weird that you're not. Okay, because I know everything. I'm Lindsay. I'm in Nigeria right now. Some people be like, Nigeria, that's so weird for you to be there, Lindsay, you white girl. Like, haha, but I'm like really cultured. I'm cool. I'm Lindsay. Anyway. I mean, I honestly was like, ugh, this girl could really shut a lip and I'd be okay with it. But they're just calling him out on what he's doing in life, which is that he's trying to marry Angela, who is older than him by 20 years, where he's going to go to America and start a family. And guess what? You can't start a family with someone like Angela. Is she too old? And he's like, no, we're going to get an egg. We're going to get a baby from her daughter. And they're like, no, Michael, just, I don't think you realize you're getting an egg. And then, as we all know, Angela wants to tote it. If one thing we know is that Angela is down to tote a baby, which, by the way, no, she's not. But in her mind, she's toting it. Oh my God, it's an hour. And I did it. I did all the couples up to, haven't I? Yeah, I did. I did all the couples. What do you guys think? Yeah, okay. So interested is like I need to see like what Angela's face is gonna look like with all these like fillers and everything. Like I gotta like really study and see what I can see that she got done. Because obviously she got something in her mouth. She could have gotten Botox. Sometimes people can put Botox to like lift up this part, which is and somehow, but I went to mass if they could do that, but then they won't do it for me, or my person won't do it for me because they said that that as like an actress, I wouldn't be able to talk the best. And I was like, oh, okay, fine. But or she got filler there, but then you'd be able to see it. I never got filler on my lip. I can't get filler on my lip because my lips are already too big and it'd be very obvious. But I could, I think, get a little just get Botox here, which would lift it up. Maybe not. Anyway, so I don't know what they're gonna do to her, and I can't wait to see. Michael looks good, I when he was in that house with all his like nieces and nephews, he was awfully cute, and my overwhelming thought was, oh, he could run a daycare in Georgia. And yeah, I want more of Michael's friends and less of like these people we'd never met and less of Lindsay's opinions of like Michael's life. That's how I would describe that. I really think that Tanya and Sinjin are boring, but not as boring as Jasmine and Blake, and Michael and Juliana. I mean, that's horrifying, and Annie and Marcel is horrifying, and so let's see who's the couple I love the most. Maybe Mike and Natalie? And then I think that Natalie likes Mike, truly. I think Mike definitely likes Natalie. Yeah, it'd have to be them. Listen, I'm hoping that she can listen, I'm hoping that she can start like a lifestyle YouTube something or other, make some money for them. He has to, get some things going to get himself out of debt. And I hope that by this time, I hope that she already is pregnant. That's what she wants. No, don't do it, Chris. I'm not going to do it. Oh, I'm reading you guys. I'm having sexy Ariana Grande right now. Oh, Jonathan, no. Sorry. I love though, you guys. I start reading people and I'm like, oh, that's not what I can do here. Poor Juliana. I want to point something out to all us ride or die 90 dares. The season's boring, and Lisa was the worst gold digger. Now she supports herself and her husband. Couple I love the most, anyone on Pillow Talk. I love the fact that Soap Dirt had a story from Dean's perspective of like why Dean and Tarek's not on Pillow Talk anymore. I didn't even realize, you know. And then yeah, they're not on anymore. And they had like a whole conversation why. They're like, and they wouldn't say why. They're like, well, we're doing other things, and I'm working on my YouTube. But Soap Dirt confirmed that we wouldn't see them on Pillow Talk for a couple more episodes. Fic. Yeah, you can use medical Botox for excessive sweating. You can do it for migraines. I did it for teeth grinding. I tense my jaw. I hold a lot of tension in my jaw, and I just grind my teeth at night. But Annie and David are by far the best on Pillow Talk, and by far the best in real life because I've had the good fortune of meeting them, and they're just lovely. David is awesome, so generous, and so cool in real life, and I'm so happy that they are getting such fanfare over their Pillow Talk appearances because they're the best on there by far, and also be making a lot of money on Cameo because they are good, really good at cameos. Do you support Wa doing 90 Day? Of course. Yeah, Wa's my best friend. Wa need to do 90 Day. She does. Oh, needs to do on the show? Oh, do you support her going on the show? Is that what you guys are asking me? I thought you were asking me if I support her recapping on YouTube. I'm like, yeah. You mean if she should be on it? Um, yeah, I do. If she wanted to be on it, I mean, I don't know what her situation is, but if she wanted to be on it, I think that I would support it because I think she knows the show very well, and I think that I specifically would just love to see her dad more in my life as well as her nephew. But her dad is quite a character and awesome. So I just feel like the world would love her dad. Um, Also, I love Wall, so I just would want to see more of her. Yeah, I would also want to see my best friend on television, and then I would do recaps of Wall's life. Plus, I'd probably be on it, right? Because they need to have friends. Can you imagine if I was Wall's friend on the show? And I had to be someone that went to lunch with her and had to be so tell us about I think this or I think that or boop or creating some drama. Will you talk? Wait, will you talk about what you think about Juan, her new guy? No, I am Juan's friend. You'd be so good. They just use you. I like, I don't know. I really don't, I don't know. I think that I'd rather, if I had my choice, do like Michelle Collins style talking or Sean Robinson style talking to people rather than be on the show. But, you know, I would support my friends in whatever endeavor they want. It's ethical. They are adults. Yeah. It's hard to do a reality show that you don't executive produce. That's why, when you get like big stars, like big or whatever, like Kardashians, whatever, they will always have executive producer credits. So they can have editing credits. And when you don't have executive producer credits, it's bad. They'll do whatever they want. So, ooh, look at this. Here's $5 on your lip fillers. If Kylie can create fish lips from nothing with your starting point, we can shoot for beach balls. Yay, believe in yourself. Do-do-do-do-do. Mwah. So $5, honey. I'm gonna need. Should I flash the camera? I hope not. Um, Thousands more. Thank you so much, Black Ops FX. You are so sweet. Aspasia, what color are you wearing? I'm wearing a buxom lip liner, and then this is Charlotte Tilbury and like Amazing on Mall. Ever think of doing a live with guest stars Annie David? Is that possible? I mean, yeah, it's like he told me the last time he was here was like before my family situation, but and I couldn't go. They have invited me to Scottsdale where they live. It's like if I can get over to Scottsdale and go live, or if they ever had a meetup or something. I mean, I would love to do a live with them. So it's like it's just having a situation where we're both in town and they can. Yeah, the last time they were in town, I couldn't do it, and I haven't gone up to Scottsdale. They've only come to LA. Um, Annie and David are in contract with TLC. That is true. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I also would have to find out what they can do or what they can't do. I'm sure because like they could, I could go live with them easily, but like whether they could, of course, answer certain questions, all the questions of like whatever. Of course, that would be like, whatever. Maybe not as easy, and they would have to agree. They have a manager and stuff. But they got to do Heather McDonald's show or podcast, Juicy Scoop. If you love Heather McDonald and love them, listen to that. Yeah, they make guest appearances all over the place. I didn't watch their show. Sorry, don't care enough about them, even though Annie's cute. I get that. Theirs was actually drama filled because which was true. He had this like issue at the time with his like best friend who's like this like millionaire who was like his employer slash landlord. It was like all this drama between them, and like that part was interesting. And Annie is adorable, and you're the whole time you're just like cheering for Annie, and then just being like, I remember like there's a big blowout between his friend's wife's, who we thought was like brother, and him, but then I don't think that person was the brother. I think it was just a friend of, I forgot his friend's name, so this is why I meant his employer friend. I'm gonna look it down. Are you guys saying that person's name? What? It's the white guy and his like nice but quiet but very stern black wife. And then Chris. Yes, the friend was named Chris. It's my name. It's my name. Chris is his name. I'm dying. Chris is his name, and then Chris had a wife, and then Chris's wife's friend and David had like this like argument or whatever, and was like dumb. That was the drama, really. And then besides the fact that Dave, like it was like the whole thing was like David didn't have money, and he couldn't rent them a house, and he was getting like he didn't have a job because his best friend kept firing from a job, and the best friend just like made them leave their apartment in 3 days, and he didn't know what she was going to do, and they had to like move above like a fire station or something. And oh yeah, he was supporting him. Yeah. And then Yeah, oh yeah, and then like oh yeah, David's daughter and like the son, like his family wasn't super into it, and the daughter had a bunch of opinions. The daughter like is super cool, looks just like David. I mean, not like, but facially they look very much alike, and it was. But I think that they're fine now. But like, actually, I did like their season. Now that I'm talking about it. Chris's wife had a YouTube channel. Oh, has a YouTube channel. She said David had too much to drink, and that's what sparked their fight. Ooh. Nikki O and Chris have a nice family channel. Ooh. We're getting the tea. Nikki is her name. I forgot. I wonder what their family channel is. She didn't seem, you know why? I guess I'm like, I don't remember her being charming enough, warm enough, charming enough, personable enough for me to be like, I'll visit you every day and hear what you have to say about things. You know, I don't remember her being engaging enough. I remember her just like being very, which, listen, she had every right to be in the situation, just very stern and upset at David and Chris for enabling him the whole time. She has had a glow up. Oh, do you think she saw herself on TV being so like angry all the time, and then she's like, "You're gonna use that money that you're using on David on me." Ooh, okay. Lisa, are you in? I think you're in Vanity Fair. I feel like I need to start a post now. Like, could we have like a "What's up with Nikki and Chris" update post, or you guys post pictures of what she looks like now? Anyway, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go because I want to put up this video and not have it be like too long. I hate putting up lives over an hour right now, so I feel like it's daunting for someone who wants to watch. But I have missed you guys so much, and I really, really love talking to you, and I really appreciate you. So, anyways, much love. I will be back. I promise. I just wanted to get like some 90-day thoughts up to you as soon as possible. I really appreciate you guys for being on this journey with me. I'm sorry I've been MIA, but I love you guys, and this is the best time of year. I hope that you are enjoying it, being around your family and friends and loved ones. Anyway, okay. So sorry, I'm hearing like a bunch of craziness outside. That's what I'm doing. Ugh. Anyway, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I am at Chris L. Farah. The L is for lounge. Hope you're in loungewear enjoying the season with your family and friends. I love you, love you, love you. I appreciate you. Um, and let's see what else. That's it. Take care of yourselves and each other's, and never what you believe and make art. Mm. Thank you. Bye, boos.